Bob, lead us in prayer.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for all the things you give us about and have us and enjoy. We thank you for this opportunity to serve the people of this county, Lord. We thank for each and every citizen thereof. We pray, Lord, that we might look to you for all guidance we do in anything that pertains to making decisions for this county. Go with us now and bless us and forgive us where we fail. These things, that's not it. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. Have a motion to approve the claims.
I'll make a motion.
Second. All in favor? Kenneth's running a little late. He'll be here shortly. Mr. David, you're up first.
Okay. Well, it's good to be with you, and just wanted and have distributed an invitation or annual meeting, which is next Tuesday. It'll be at the room they built under the clock tower at Pastime, called the Pastime Civic Center. Hopefully you can join us. It's from 8 to 9. It's just a time to visit and register, and we will have soon after our call to order. We just learned last week that Congressman Aderholt will be with us. And so he'll start the meeting with some comments from some of our local state legislators. And then our key speaker is the head guy at the Mazda Toyota project in Huntsville. So come and ask questions, get to know Mark Brazil if you would. And it's always good to have the groups from each of our counties to visit and meet with each other. We appreciate those of you that joined us at our open house back during Christmas. But here we are in the new year. It's been busy over the holidays. There's been active projects over the holidays, which is sort of unusual. People normally take a step back during the holiday time, but we have been working on active projects and expect to have a second visit soon from one that has been here in Marion County looking at our interstate sites. Of course, our unemployment rates are lower than the national average, about on par with the state, which just means that most places in the country you wouldn't have as strong of employment as you do here in Marion County and all the counties. We've also been working on our feature for the Business Alabama, which is the state's only statewide business magazine. It will be featured in February in that issue, and I'll get you some copies of that. That's normally about 15 pages of good, positive publicity for our county. So Jamie and I have been working hard to get them all the details together on that. So these are good times. We, of course, are anxious for even better to see some good things developing this year, and we feel good about that from what we've seen in the past few months. And we'll share some of those things in an update at our meeting next week. Proud that Al Gilbert's here with us as our chair this year. Has done a great job. Wade Nixon will be our chairman for the coming year. Wade's, of course, a professor at Bevel. And Scott Hunt, been with the board member, finishing up his term on their board.
Yes.
And of course, Scott was helping us along before he was a voting board member. He's always been a good ally for us, but we appreciate Scott's service and appreciate your considering on replacing with us a good member. That member is always available to you to talk about the things that are going on, and of course, I hope that you have my cell. If not, Kayla can reach me. And so let's stay in touch. Let's work hard and see if we can make this an even better time for the people of Marion County. Any questions? Hope to see you next Tuesday. Thank you again for your support.
Thank you, David.
So you all need to make a board appointment today.
Yeah, I was going to say you took that off the agenda.
It was on there. And Hunt is going to make a recommendation for the non-voting member and the voting member.
Yeah, the voting member, I think Matt LeDuc has served numerous terms as the non-voting member, and I think it'd be appropriate to move Matt up to the voting member.
Yeah. I agree with Mr. Hunt. We have a motion to move.
I'll make that motion.
Right, second.
I'll second.
All in favor? You have a recommendation to take Matt's place?
Well,
Are any recommendations?
David and I talked about this. I think Heath Reed would be a good non-voting member. He's the general manager of the gas district and serves this area through that. I think he'd be an excellent member to have as an input on the board.
I think Heath would be a big asset. Do we have a motion to appoint Heath Reed as a non-voting member?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Next on the agenda is from Barbara Cooper's office. She's got Erica Warren took a job somewhere else, and Barbara's asked permission to hire Samantha Nunn at a starting pay of $12.50 an hour beginning February the 12th. Samantha is working part-time now, so actually she will be moving up to a full-time status. Do we have a motion for Barbara to hire Samantha full-time?
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor? Alright, then out of Barbara's office, she'd like to have permission to hire Sydney Holiday part-time through Dynamic Staffing at $10 an hour to take Samantha's place. We've discussed this in prior meetings. That saves the county a lot of money, having these people work through Dynamic Staffing.
I'll make a motion.
We have a second? I'll second. All in favor? Next, we have an employee in Mr. Bob's district, Corey Webb. It was hired, I think, 90 days ago.
Yes.
It's time for his step raise to raise him to $14.50 per hour. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Next is Mike Shaw. Mike's not here.
Just skip over them.
Yeah. Brings us back to you, Mr. Hunt.
About the upcoming census.
Upcoming census.
Oh, okay. I was like, what topic? I think we've talked about it a couple of times, and Keith Jones has appeared here as well. But the 2020 census is fast approaching. That date is April 1st of 2020. That's the date that the census will be taken as of. But each citizen will start receiving basically like a little postcard in the mail that will have some information for them to either use on their tablet, their cell phone, or to have a call in, or someone, if you don't have that kind of reporting, will come to your door to report. But it's extremely important for us to promote the census, because the more people that we have in our area, the more federal funds that we have available to us, the more state funds we have available to us. Certain grants may be more available to us. In a broader scheme, one of the important reasons for the census is currently we have 7 congressional seats in Alabama. There's tremendous concern that we may lose a seat. We may drop down to 6. Obviously, as much representation as we can have in Washington, the better. But we just want to impress upon everyone the importance of filling out the census information, reporting in. NACOG has received a grant through the state to to help promote this, and they'll be conducting several activities. One, we're going to have a soccer tournament to hopefully get into the Hispanic community, to get more participation there as well. But so often we're underserved, we're undercounted in our area, and we can't afford to be anymore. You know, we need those federal dollars to help with our school systems. We need them with help with federal programs that put food on people's tables, and also with the congressional seat, which has a much broader, wider benefit to us. But just want to make sure everyone is aware of the census and how important it is to be counted. And it's a very non-invasive thing. It's basically saying how many people live at your residence, and that's all that's anyone cares about. And we just need to know the number of people, and that's it. There's no other magic behind it. So we just need everybody to be focused on it and be looking out for that postcard when it arrives, and to make sure everyone is counted.
I've talked to Keith Jones, that I think we may try to get something up here local to help promote it too.
Yes, sir.
You can read the letter of recommendation from Mike Shaw and
Yeah.
vote on that.
This is a letter from the engineer's office, from the engineer. We have a solid waste officer position coming open. Barney Shackford will be retiring. It says, "Gentlemen, I hereby recommend that Mr. Lance Byrd be promoted to fill the vacancy for this position of the solid waste officer. This is a position vacated by Barney Shackford. I recommend Mr. Byrd serve a 3-month probationary period. His beginning rate of pay will be $15.86 an hour, which is what he makes now. And upon satisfactory completing the probationary period, he will be evaluated for a salary adjustment. Yours truly, Mike Shaw." Do I have a motion to promote Lance to solid waste officer?
I make a motion.
Second.
So,
All in favor? Jumping around here a little more on the agenda. We had some questions about our overtime. Kelly and myself went back and looked in the handbook, and the way it's wrote up in the handbook for regular 40-hour-week employees, that you had to work the actual work 40 hours before you could receive any overtime pay. If you were off sick, worked overtime, you got paid straight time until you actually worked the 40 hours. This don't affect the sheriff's department. They're on a different deal. But we had a little 2 or 3 that weren't happy with it, and I think Kenneth is, I hadn't talked to Kenneth, I talked to Caleb about it. I think Kenneth wants to recommend that maybe like if there's a holiday, that included holidays. That's where the problem come up, was this Christmas holidays. We were off 2 days. Some of them worked over. We paid them straight time for it because that's what the handbook says. I think Kenneth was wanting to make an adjustment. I don't know in the handbook, or if it was a holiday that week, that if they did work over, that they got overtime for those hours.
And Scott, I want your input on this as well. My interpretation of the handbook is that we don't pay time and a half until 40 hours is worked, and so that would need to be, I think, amended to make a change, if that's what the commissioners would like to do.
That's our handbook, and that's the Fair Labor Standards Act.
Yeah.
It has to be hours worked, but it's up to y'all to change. If y'all want to change that, y'all can change that to where they get the benefit for holiday time or any other time that they're off.
That would just be holiday time, not if they want to take a vacation or a sick day. That would just be for days that they wouldn't was a holiday, if they choose to take that day off, it wouldn't count. Is that correct?
That's right, unless y'all allow that, but y'all would have to specifically allow that.
That would be the recommendation I make, that, you know, if I've got a hand, he takes a sick day today, and then he works the next 4 days, and then next Saturday we have a storm like we had this Saturday, and we go out and work, he'll get paid straight time for those hours, because he hadn't actually physically worked 40 hours.
Right.
That's what you was wanting to do, Kenneth?
Well, that's the way I interpret the handbook. Sick days and holidays. I mean, sick days and vacation days. It don't say anything about holidays. It's hard to tell, like the two-way, the engineer's office, the garbage man, he's on a day off on a Christmas Eve and a Christmas Day, the county's gonna shut down, but we're gonna make you work overtime the day before and the day after and not give you overtime. I mean, that don't make no sense.
That
And it
needs to be
mainly
amended. I mean, that's the only problem I see with it. The other,
It mainly affects Christmas and New Year's and
Thanksgiving, where we got
Them
2
three
days.
holidays.
Yeah.
So they're actually taking off those holidays, and then they're having to work over to catch up to it.
Yeah.
And they're not getting paid for overtime, that's what they're complaining.
Yeah. And I
They're
don't
getting
know,
paid straight, they're straight hourly rate, they're just not
Yeah.
getting paid time and a half
Right.
currently.
and I don't have a problem with myself with rewriting it or amending it to where we pay them overtime on the holiday weeks. Any other week, they have to work the actual 40 hours before they receive time and a half. We need to have a vote on that, don't we, Scott?
Yes, sir.
We have a motion to amend the overtime pay to pay on holidays.
I got one more question about that. And these people that's done worked this past holiday, I told Kevin to keep up with their time. So we need to go back and pay them, if we amend this, their, whatever, they got straight time, so it'll be whatever extra there. It won't be much, but
Will there be a problem with that, Scott?
You can make it retroactive to pick a date.
That- What, December the 20th, that was the, right before Christmas. That would cover the Christmas holidays.
Okay.
Would that work? Do I have a motion to amend that?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor? Our next meeting is next Monday, which is a holiday. We need to decide whether we want to move it to the following Monday. Dale said he would be out of town. We want to just cancel it, not have another meeting this month.
Don't matter to me.
It doesn't mean that.
We put it off, it's gonna be close to their regular
Meeting
meeting next
again.
month. I say we just omit it and pick over the regular meetings in February.
Well, next Tuesday, we've got David and them C3 thing, which I'll be attending. I think Dale said he would be out of town next week, so. It's up to y'all whether y'all want to have it the following week or just vote not to have another meeting this week, meet again the second Monday of February. I don't think there's a holiday that day, are there?
So the options are, you could move it to the 27th and Dale wouldn't be available, or you can move, omit it, and the next one would be February the 10th. So that's almost a month away from now.
If we do it on Monday, or we could do it the Tuesday, the 28th. Just whatever y'all want to do.
Wouldn't it be the 20th?
The 20th.
The next meeting?
Yeah.
It would have
If
been,
we
but
go
it's a
holiday,
holiday.
next
Okay.
Monday's holiday,
What about the 21st?
It's the C3 annual
the
meeting.
C3 thing. Dale's gonna be out of town the rest of the week, so, I mean, how are you looking at the calendar? I'm just going off the top of my head.
That'd be fine with me, February.
Just,
So the 10th will be the next one?
If you vote to cancel. Yes. Cancel your second meeting for January.
Yeah. We can, do I have a motion just to cancel the second meeting in January?
I'll make that motion, this next meeting be,
February
February
10th.
10th.
We haven't the last couple of months, we can have a work session the Thursday before the next meeting if so needed, if y'all want to vote on that.
So, if we need that, you can call that.
Okay, we'll just cancel and plan on the next meeting being February the 10th.
I'll second that.
All in favor? And if so needed, I'll call a work session meeting. All right, that's all we have on the agenda till 9:30 for a bid opening. Mr. Hall.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we got a bid open for hydraulic hourly rental rate of a hydraulic excavator. Hayden's got the bids here. First bid, Garber.
How many bids you have?
We have about 4 bids, it looks like. $75 per service hour, $75. Next bid, Cowan Equipment Company. $59.87 for a minimum of 100 hours usage per month. So there's a contingency.
How many hours, say?
It said 100 hours a month. Well, that's what it said. Yes. And if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna get my glasses.
Say you're gonna borrow mine.
I'm gonna get my glasses, I don't care.
That's that 50% being used on.
I might be down a little bit.
Has you got the size and the horsepower and all that?
Yes, all that's in the specifications. Yes, sir.
Is that all these the same?
Yes, well, assuming that they bid what we expect. I mean, that's one of the things we'll do is make sure we're comparing apples.
I read the bid spec, it was like 170 some odd horse and 2-foot
Minimum
bucket.
the bucket, minimum reach and operating with. This is tractor and equipment's bid. No bid, they have a no bid. Warrior Tractor and Equipment Company, Northport. They bid $125 per hour, 50 hour per month minimum to be billed monthly. John Deere 300G excavator. Those are all the bids, Mr. Chairman. I'd recommend an opportunity for the engineer to review the bids and give the County District 2 Commissioner, and upon our approval, go ahead and award the bid just because of the time frame of the next meeting and the need for the machine, so that would be my recommendation.
Do we have a motion for
I'll make a motion.
engineer to take care of everything, him and commissioner?
Second.
All in favor? All right. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Sir.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We make a recommendation regarding the position of solid waste officer.
I done took care of it.
They already voted for it.
Yeah, you wasn't here, so.
Thank you. Just making sure.
We done took care of that.
Just making sure.
You get more done if you don't show up, right?
You got anything else, Mike?
I don't know, sometimes I wonder.
You down?
No, sir.
You down to 40%?
Yeah.
Now, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Just a second, what about, Mr. Byrd?
We voted on that vote, yeah.
His replacement.
Don't want to fill it at this point. As y'all sure the letter said, we have a 3-month probationary period, and he's been a good employee, so we would put him back in his position if for some reason it didn't work out in the position he's been.
Everything works out spring of the year.
That's right. So we'll fill that with a dynamic employee,
Okay,
and in that way, it won't be a full-time position.
all right.
Yeah.
Now do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Second. All in favor?
Uh,
I guess I should have asked, did anybody else have any comments?
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/49 County News TV.